Welcome to the Best Option Restoration Podcast. This podcast series is designed to help you better understand the challenges you face, compare options, and educate you about your specific situation so you can make sound decisions. Events like yours can increase in cost significantly or limit your options by making uninformed decisions and in some cases impact your health. Offering restoration services for water damage, mold remediation, and fire damage, we are a full-service company and have remodeling teams on staff for build-backs that saves time and money. All of our field techs are ILCRC trained and certified. And now let's get to the Best Option Restoration Podcast with Mike and TJ.
Homeowners, thanks for tuning in to Best Option Restoration West Houston podcast series. Today, we're going to be talking about water damage versus mold and how it impacts you. This is very important for you to pay attention to. This is an educational experience. You need to understand what's going on, what the processes are, and whether the house is classified and tested as a mold house versus treating it as water damage and not having the testing done. This is really, really important. One, if it's tested as a mold house, then everything changes. One, when you sell the house, you have to disclose it to the buyers. And two, it costs a lot more money. But what's ironic is our procedures, the way that we process water damage versus mold, are exactly the same way, okay? This is important for you to understand. Here's some other things that you need to understand. Common failures or causes that create these conditions that you have, right? Water heater leaks, pipe breaks, sewer line backups, AC line leaks, roof leaks, shower pan failures, window leaks, flashing failures. Now, about 90% of those things that I just told you are covered under homeowner's insurance, unless you classify the house as a mold house using testing with a third-party independent consultant before you try to correct the water damage problem and get your house built back. There's no insurance coverage for that. There's a few people that might have a policy that gives them $5,000, but for the most part, that's no longer available. So we want you to not overreact. We want you to allow us to come out and do an assessment, take a look, and find out. Okay, so here's some self-inspection indicators that you can use to walk around the house if you've got a bad odor or you're noticing delamination in materials. So you're looking for bad odors that give you an indication you know there's something not right. Discolored or stained materials, maybe sheetrock in the ceiling or on the walls. You might find swelling and separation in baseboards or trim that is not normal and that should not be occurring. If you've got wood floors or laminates and they're spongy or they're warped, or even wet carpet that's creating that musty smell, those are not normal conditions. Wood rot around the windows, allowing water into the house or into the wall cavity, will create these mildew conditions that can turn into a serious mold problem. Tiles literally falling off the wall that they're glued to in a shower surround or a tub surround because the moisture is delaminating and deteriorating the sheetrock that it's installed on. These are conditions that will indicate that you have something that needs immediate attention by our company. So, one, what are we going to do when we get to your home? When we get to the house, if you have just bad odors and you don't have any indication of material damage, then we are going to use a special thermal technology to look inside the walls around the house and to determine if we can find a water source that might be creating a mold problem or a mildew problem inside the wall cavity that hasn't transferred into the space yet. If we do have visible conditions that you can see delamination of materials or whatever, then we're going to take expensive probing equipment that will tell us the exact moisture content of those materials. Now, once we identify that in that area, we're going to look inside the wall. We're going to find out whether the water source problem is contained to maybe the size of a bucket or a cup, or whether it's spread throughout the wall, but it's only coming out in one small portion. And our Superman vision, our X-ray vision with this thermal imaging camera is going to allow us to look inside that wall, so we don't have to start tearing wall out just to determine the size and scope of this problem, so that we can tell you what the issue is, how big the issue is, and what we need to do to correct it. And it also will help us understand where the water source is coming from in case that's not evident. Okay. Now, we invest thousands and thousands of dollars, not only in training, but in technology to prevent an invasive approach to determine the scale of these problems, to save you a lot of money and aggravation, and to be very accurate about what we have to do to correct this problem. Now, when we're ready to start work, let's say that we've got everything and you've approved us moving forward with the work, this is what you can expect from our company. We take this industry to a whole nother level in professionalism. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to treat this house just like a mold house, okay? We're going to put up containment. We're going to put up protection. We're going to use all the same technologies that we use processing and remediating a mold house. It's treated exactly the same way, the way we look at doing these jobs. There is no difference, okay? The only difference is that we have in a mold house, we've got a protocol that the independent consultant wrote. We do these protocols every day exactly the same way. So once the site is ready, then we'll start doing the demolition. We get everything ready, and when it's ready for build back, at that point, we will bring in an independent mold consultant and do clearance testing to make sure that everything is safe and clear. You're going to notice that the smells have improved. You're going to notice there's no musty smells. So at that point, we will bring that consultant in to do the air and surface sampling to make sure that there's no presence of harmful mold or at harmful levels. So now we know your house is ready to build back, put it back so that you're comfortable, and now you've got your brand new, beautiful space all put back together. And this is one of the things that we pride ourselves on, is the build back portion. We are not your typical mold remediation company or restoration company. We're a company that has a professional team of construction, basically remodelers. These guys have literally worked together as a team for over 20 years, and they are on staff with us, and that's all they do. They specialize in reconstructing the home as remodelers, just like you hired one off the street that's got a great reputation, to get your home put back together the way that makes it exciting and dynamic and professionally done, just like what you see on television. So we appreciate the opportunity to work with you. We want to let you know that we're taking our industry to a whole new standard. And give us a call today, 832-377-7011, 832-377-7011. You can find us online at BOR, that's BORWestHouston.com, BORWestHouston.com, BORWestHouston.com. Give us a call, let us come out and assess your site, and we'll make it go away.
Thanks for listening to the Best Option Restoration Podcast. This podcast series is designed to help you better understand the challenges you face, compare options, and educate you about your specific situation so you can make sound decisions. Events like yours can increase in cost significantly or limit your options by making uninformed decisions and, in some cases, impact your health. Offering restoration services for water damage, mold remediation, and fire damage, we are a full-service company and have remodeling teams on staff for build-backs that saves time and money. All of our field techs are IICRC certified. For more information, call 832-377-7011. Best Option Restoration.